Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review, and we're letting it fly on Fridays. Here comes with my co-host, Yowzers. Oh my baby. You know, and this wasn't going to be till later, but since he's up here, YouTube should be a place where it doesn't matter what we're talking about. I'm an RC channel, but let's talk about, let's call it a dog channel. So on my screen is Key and Sherpa. So I'm going to tell you the reason this little monster exists in my world, which this little thing couldn't be more great in every way. Key was a Siberian Husky Malamute. The owner or mom, her name was Jamie, or is Jamie. Having a tough year that I had last year, I have been watching Kyush, the stunt dog, for years. That is the reason I have Yowie. Key's best friend was Sherpa. And his daddy, his name was Jamie. So, last year, at 14 years old, I lost Stig. And then we lost Audrey at only 4 years old. Now, then, one of my favorite channels, Sherpa, we lost Sherpa. Well, on Monday, we lost Key. And being a dog parent, for those, there's so many people I've met that don't understand. They don't understand why we love these things. These are animals just like us that have feelings and emotions and love us unconditionally. And watching Jody's antics with Key, every time my wife and I both watch the channel religiously. Years. Now I started with RC Sparks, and then the SBG Scale Builders Guild, not only as a member of the website, but a viewer of the channel. These two would be my third and fourth longest channels that I've watched, which is pure joy in my dog parent world. I've got 5 bundles of joy now, and there's ups and downs, but it feels like losing a friend. And I'm hard pressed to say, a lot of you guys watching the channel might feel the same way about my channel someday. I've lost, there's no people you communicate and you talk to and you know about each other's worlds. Those are friends. It doesn't matter if I'm on this side of the country, they're on the other side of the country. You become friends. And when you watch these channels, some of these channels that are people's daily lives, you become part of their world. No matter if you're just liking and subscribing, it doesn't matter. You get emotionally attached. And when Miss Diane showed me the Facebook post, because a lot of channels that have Facebook channels, I don't follow the channels. or the Facebook, I follow the channels. And right now, I am avoiding Facebook like the plague. Yeah, unless it's my old cousin who is a diehard Dem and has her head so far up her ass. I mean, I don't even know how she knows what day it is. But you become invested. And I mean, it's not, it makes me feel cold to say, well, I've got my own version here and he'll fill the niche, but he's young. He doesn't have the same personality that Key had, you know, and just the daily, this was more of a daily, you know, in-depth look into somebody's life. So I'm sorry, it's a lot of my Let It Flies have been pretty sad lately. So if you've never watched, and it's spelled weird, it's Keyush, The Stunt Dog. You know, if you've never watched it, go check it out. You'll get links at some point to Sherpa's channel. But to see two husky Malamutes that no dogs communicate like those kind of dogs do. You know, Yowie's the same way. He yells at everyone. And his babies, two of them are vocal. Special Morgan, not so much. But she's getting vocal with me now, and I love it. And with that, let's move on back to Letting It Fly on Fridays, episode 17 of the new format. This is going to be a short one because, you know, there wasn't really anything that was really exciting this week, except for I've been a slack ass and I didn't do any videos last weekend on my days off. Miss Diane ended up having to go to work on Monday, and that's usually when we do our tag team of domestical duties. So I took them on myself and had another snowstorm, and now it's been piddling all week. You know, I tore half the course down again in preparation of plowing. They say that it's supposed to snow today. We'll see. I'll let you know later if it does, because I've taken, again, I'm the most horrible driving video taker. I actually took my I was going to take the SCX6 out because my buddy Dalton's RC Adventures, Alaskan RC Adventures, he's had his Rolaro MK7 out constantly. So I felt we're going to cover what's going on over here in a minute, but I managed to knock over my camera within 30 seconds of starting to do a video, not only with the UDR, but also with the Arma, because you don't want to watch it driving clear across the lot, but good God, it seems like that's what I have to do, because I took it out both times, phone's wet, heat, is almost instantly, it had to have landed right on the charging area, and it's, oh God, it says there's moisture in here, you better do something about it. What's the sense of having a friggin' nice stand if you can't avoid it? So gonna try to get some videos again this weekend, because I gotta plow again. You know, we went from hardly any snow to every time it's my day off it's snowing. So gonna get those driving videos out, but I'm gonna have an apology and fix it section. But first, oh goodness, Tabaris, what are you doing? I'm about at my wit's end with FMS. I'm an affiliate who came into some money and decided I really want to buy the FJ40. What do you want? Why are you touching me there? A-Main doesn't have it. FMS says they have both of them in stock. So I tried both of them just in case my little trick I learned worked. Nope. Can't order either one of them. Ugh. And I want to make a nasty phone call again. Because suddenly the Rarlarlo, who wouldn't ship to me, now will. So, I was looking for a $349 rig, not a $799 rig, because the Rarlarlo MK7, if you haven't seen it, 7 scale, went with a new fancy, they updated it, so it's more expensive. But, man, I'm chapped with FMS. You're in China, I'm in Alaska. It's not like I'm even more remote across the country than China. So, pissed off. So, and also, I'd like to call and find out why one of you, viewers, thank you very much, just recently bought an Atlas, and I didn't get any commission on the sale. Ugh, what's the sense of having a link to send people to look at it if the person sending a link can't buy your product? Well, I can if I want to buy the brand new, the 90 with the Outrunner style motor in it for almost $700. No, sorry. I liked you because you were cheap and decent. I'm not going to spend that much. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's not $7. I think it's $4.99. But I'm chapped. So, wow, we covered that one already. I'm jumping all over the place. Good to make notes, though. So, GT Makuta was quick to point out that I made a mistake, and I concur. Last week, talking about the XR311 from Tamiya, I lost my notes, so I tried to off the cuff it, and I screwed up badly. So, got the notes this time. Well, let me have an adult beverage. And I noticed something when I revisited my notes that I had put down that I want to, hello, baby boy, that I wanted to revisit. So, with the XR311, kiss that big head. Oh, kiss that big head. The XR311 was made for the military contract by a company called FMC. FMC's been around since the 20s, so I'm not going to go through all the different names, but I will tell you that FMC does not stand for anything to do with motors company. It's machinery. Yeah. But with my military heritage, which some of you have caught in the comments that haven't seen the older videos, yes. I was in the military for almost 10 years. And yes, anything military usually blows my skirt up. And to mess this up is bad. So for fellow military people, FMC made, I can't even believe that I screwed this up. The M113 armored personnel carrier. They also made the Bradley fighting vehicle, which, being an infantryman, I got to enjoy the comfort of a Bradley supporting me when I was in Haiti. They've got they got a pedigree. They started out with military contracts making amphibious tracked vehicles. Probably why they eventually got to the M113, that any of us grunts know that little sucker. That is a die-hard little machine. Sucks to be stuffed in one, but it's cool. Excuse me, sir, are you touching my aluminum stock? How's that smell? Doesn't smell like meat. And they also invented, well, they showcased for the Navy the first floating vehicle, we'll call it that, with hydrofoils. So, pretty offensive to them when they built the XR311. And then along comes Lamborghini with their Cheetah, which is almost a straight knockoff. They changed the front end. That's as much as I can tell. Oh, goodness. I have been enjoying adult beverages while prepping for this video. Now, it's funny the fact that Lamborghini stole FMC's design and basically changed the front end. Tamiya recreates the XR311 and changes the front end. Doesn't make any sense. But where I mixed up when I was talking about the Detroit Auto Show was Lamborghini's civilian truck, which was the LM001. That is the truck I saw at the auto show, not the Cheetah. Both the Cheetah and the XR311 never made it anywhere. FMC sued Lamborghini and won. So Lamborghini was having huge financial issues when BMW contracted them to help design and build a racing car, which was the BMW M1. In case you wondered where those BMW names come from, because I know in general that my viewers on this channel are well versed in all European cars. So I thought I'd throw that out there. So there we go. It's nice that Tamiya actually made basically the original XR311, the knockoff Cheetah, but never bothered making the LM001, which, I'd buy one of those. I'd still buy a Cheetah too, because those little things, oh, I put it all the way back. It's all the way up there. Oh, there. It is such a fun little rig. I mean, that was more of the point than the history. But, you know, FMC, huge military contractor, made some of the greatest vehicles in history. With the upstart, had never made a vehicle coming in trying to steal their business. Oh, but they probably tried to blame MTI, which again went through a lot of different versions of its name, to make this vehicle for them. I mean, and they put Chrysler motors in them. What the hell? You're Lamborghini, for God's sakes. I would feel better. Let me see. Are the boys still on there? Yep. I would feel better rolling around with a Lamborghini freaking V12 in my military vehicle. Oh, I would still be in the military today. But, man, that takes me back. It doesn't take me back. It takes me to current days. Does anyone own the Axial base camp? I mean, I just keep looking at the 319 for a base camp with a nice rack in the back. I mean, is it worth it? I have an SCX 10.3 already. Is the base camp worth it $3.99 really blows my skirt up. It blows my skirt up. It whispers in my ear. Yowie even talks about it. Right, Yows? Yowie, were you telling me about the Axial? Were you telling me about the Axial the other day? Should we get another Axial? You don't even care about RC cars. And you're not even talking. You've only given me shit one time in the background. Is that your baby boy coming up here? I really want to know about it, because no matter what I say about any of these brands, and even though Axial is owned by Horizon Hobbies now, man, I started with them. I mean, that was the first crawler brand. I mean, bought the first kit when it was a kit. I have a sweet spot with Axial. The SCX 10.3, other than all the Wrangler bodies, which are ridiculous, I really do feel in my soul a sweet spot for vehicles that are not name brands. I love seeing some of these imaginary vehicles, which, it's way up there. The Traxxas Sport is still in my mind, if you look at the front, is a Range Rover, one of those new girly ones. Range Rover. I can't remember the name. But if you look at a picture of one in the front, look at the front of your Sport, that's what it is. The base camp, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe that's also a sweet spot. That Traxxas went so long before they used any licensed bodies. They always made their bodies. Hell, the E-Max, the OG E-Max, that is an awesome body. And this base camp, I love that body too. Now, looking around, so my OG, the honcho body to me is a Toyota Tacoma. And the base camp, because I don't have one, I just can't put my finger on it. But I want to know, if you've got one, do you love it? You want to come up, bud? You want to come up here? You want to come up, make sure, did I sit everything up good? Did I sit it? There's Todd Barris. He's getting more comfy, aren't you? He's not a kisser, are you? Todd Barris. You're such a dork. And that's where we go here. So I've had the SCX 6 for quite a while now. I decided it was time to try something new. So my driver, who looks like Will Riker from Star Trek, he's getting his shirt painted. His shirt wasn't painted because these windows were so tinted. I cut the tinting off, traced out the outside and pulled it off, cut this body off. So if you've got one of these 6s and you cut the body off it's not accurate, but I wasn't going to cut the roof off and leave the rear doors still on it. So I just went straight across. You got a nice exposed cage, nice flat spot back here, so you can see the back seat. Will's going to get painted up. And for those of you that don't have, I'm going to have to do a little taping back here to keep this body a little tight. Because I cut it out accurately. So the door fits into the window. So I had to cut that out. It needs to be sanded still, put back together. But for those of you that don't own it, that's a half a pound of plastic that's on the back of this. So, gonna get the weight before and after. Kind of crazy. I don't know what else I can do for weight saving, but I figure a half a pound off of the truck, pretty good. And I'm gonna look at the body because way over there and see if there's anything on that I can, it's got 2 battery positions. There's some slots and stuff. So there's some stuff on there I could take off, but it's beefy, and that's why you have a 6-scale truck. Which brings me to, if you have a 6-scale truck, what I have here are some options of things I was looking at in my store. So, of course, I had to pick them up. So, you've got these little lights that are made to go in your bumper or something. And they seem pretty bright. I like shining them around. I figure that would be an excellent on the bumper kind of thing. And they come with this little button for display and the battery already in it. Well, I figure I can splice these wires, make a quick disconnect, and mount it somewhere up underneath where I can use these lights. I keep flashing you with them because they're pretty freaking bright. Boop. So that would be nice in the front, but you know what? I'm in Alaska, 8 months of winter, dark. Wasn't going to stop there. We have another set that these are made, they have little ballast on them, so they're a little beefier. Just for the display, there's 2 9-volts. But these are some little strip lights, and I've seen a lot of you guys have been picking up lights like this from Amazon, and they say for RC, but these 3M tape on the back, metal housing. Watch your eyes. These little suckers are bright. And what I'm going to do, I've got some aluminum stock, which I could make some sort of bracket, a lot of sanding on it and cutting on it to make it more, ergonomically pretty. We'll use that word. And I got some slate aluminum, some light stuff. I don't even remember what I use this for, but I did cut a bunch of it off already. What's the size on that? 6 by 18. So yeah, I don't remember what I use this for, but I got some stock. Could build a little dealio for these lights. And hell, with this having an extra battery section, I may just put a separate battery in there to run these and see what it does, because I've got a bunch. Let's see, that's 1200 milliamps, 7.2 volts, 7.2. These are nickel metals. They're all 7.2. Hey, those will fit right in there. So these, I figure 2 of these will go good on the top. They don't have to be right next to each other, or do them, make a bracket so they're both on here, and we're going to try to film that. I'll see. But other than that, this week has been, my comment section is full, but it's all the usual suspects. Except for Oliver Salem RC. He is a fellow Alaskan, and he is in Anchorage. So, Oliver Salem RC, or you can look in the comments of last week's Let It Fly, click on his name, take you to his website, check him out. He films things way better than me. And he seems to be able to take his fast vehicles outside without running his camera over. So, with that, another week in the can. Hopefully next week will be more exciting. Teddy Bits. Again, Teddy Bits. Not what you think I said. Teddy. What do you got? Teddy Bits. I love when they hold perfectly still like I can't see them. I'm not a T-Rex, okay? And that's already been debunked. So, Again, thank you all. Like and subscribe. FMS link. Merch store link. Email link if you want to send me some, crapola. Well, let's get off of that since it turned off. So that means my video went longer than I thought it was. I'm trying to get to this. Look at me just leaning back, touching things. Tracy, Trevor, Ryan, Frank, David, Doug, Jason. What's Jason? Wait a minute, I forgot Jason. He was a screenshot. Oh, that was a dealio. Kenny. Did I already do Trevor? I think I did. Did I do Trevor? Yep, I did Trevor. Hello, I see John Walker. We all know John's channel. Stay Small. Troca RC. Kevin Breaker. Jeremy. These are all guys from the, and ladies maybe. No, not ladies. These are all guys. No ladies are emailing me, Miss Diane. All from the channel. You've sent me emails using the Oldguyreview email address, and we talk on email. So, and that way you can send me pictures of your projects. So with that, since I'm rambling on, we're going to pick up our mess, and I will talk to you. Oh my Lord, boy's right in the way. On the next one.